Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Yes, I'm out with another video. Another farming simulator video. And as you can see, I am rolling my field right now. I just finished planting them, planting both of the fields a little while ago. So now I'm finishing up rolling this field. And then field 47, I'm having him cultivate right now, and then I'm going to have him plant, the worker. But I thought, why not? Why not record a video? I've been kind of in the mood, I guess. Ever since I started playing, I'm like, oh, I really want to record. You know, there we go. But yeah, um, if you haven't seen the other Farming Simulator video, you guys should really check it out. Hopefully, this video is just as good as the last one. And yeah, I mean, I'm just really wanting to make farming sim content, I guess, and it's fun to do, I guess. But yeah, I thought, you know, what the hell, make another video. If there's anything else on my mind, maybe I talk about it. And like, I actually have more work I gotta do on this farm, so it's not like before where I kind of felt like I was running out of stuff to do, or like the stuff that I had left to do was just kind of boring, not fun to watch. But yeah, this is kind of boring, but you know, I'm Canada. I'm driving my Canada Big Bud, but I don't know. This will probably just be. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this video, what to call it. I'm just trying to make content for people, I guess. And I'm really hoping, because I just texted one of my cousins, because my cousin was like, oh, my friend, because apparently my cousin's friend was at our Easter get together, and apparently her friend thought I was cute or something, and it's like, my cousin wanted to get my phone number so she could give it to her friend, which I didn't get a chance to give it to her last time we had a gathering. So I texted my cousin saying, hey, is it like, if I'm right, maybe I wasn't right, maybe I'm just going insane, but or maybe her friend doesn't want my number or whatever anymore. But it's worth a shot asking, like, hey, didn't you want my number for your friend or something? And like, if she says no, then it's like, oh, sorry, I wasn't sure. Thought I was just had to make sure or something. I guess I don't know. I guess I'm getting desperate. I don't know. Being single for so long is rough. I guess I don't know. Like, I kind of would like to have a girlfriend before I get out of high school, at least one. See what it's like to even date anybody. Like, I don't know. I'm young or something. Something, I guess. But, yeah. Thought I should try and ask, I guess. And I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling good today. I mean, some of these people at my school, I'm not gonna say what their name is, but I think I brought them up before. I think I called them Krusty or something. I don't know, but they were, because my one video where I sung "Fly Me to the Moon," um, I deleted that a while ago, and somebody downloaded it, or like somehow managed to keep it or something before I took it down. So people still every once in a while will watch it, and apparently I guess Krusty had it or something. So I heard it. It didn't bother me because it's like, okay, it's what they're doing. They're listening to it. It's a little annoying. It's like, okay, am I supposed to be bothered by this? But it like made me want to it really wanted me to make a new video of me singing "Fly Me to the Moon." I mean, what the hell? I mean, maybe I will, but I guess right now I could do a little snippet, I guess. I don't know. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. You know, just a little bit, I guess. I don't know. It's like, do people really think my singing's that bad and they want to make fun of me for it? You know, it's a little annoying, but what do you do about it? You know, they're gonna keep doing it because they know that bothers me, and they're like, oh, you know, we keep doing it, it's just gonna keep bothering him. So, you know, why not have fun with it or some stupid crap? You know, it's like whatever. That's what they want to do. I'll let them. You know, if it makes them a little happier that they're making fun of somebody for doing something. It's like, it's a shame, but what do you do about it? You know, just have to go through the day, I guess. And yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. Just go day by day and hope tomorrow's a better day than the last. You know, and like there's certain things in my life that I really like. FFA, it's one thing I'm in, I guess. I'm not a big fan of FFA. It's kind of a not enjoyable for me because it's such a big thing with feels just like a popularity contest. If you're liked by everybody, well, you're gonna have a good time in FFA. But if a lot of people crap on you, don't treat you very well, then you're not gonna have a good time in FFA. And I'm somebody who gets crapped on by a lot of people, and it makes me dislike the FFA. I don't like how that's run that way. You know, it's strange. Why is it being allowed to be run that way? You know, shouldn't it be where people shouldn't should be treated fairly, like very fairly? It just feel to me it seems a little unfair. To other people maybe it seems fine, but they're normally the people who aren't on my side. They don't see what it's like to be me, to see these people just shitting on you constantly and treating you like crap. You know, I can deal with it. I've had to deal with it for several years. So but, you know, I don't enjoy the FFA. I don't enjoy the people in the FFA. I'm not a big fan of the person who runs the FFA. I'm not going to say who they are because, because, you know, I'm trying to be better about that, not saying who certain people are, but I don't really like them. Um, they've known me since I was a little kid, since I was like 3 years old. So, you know, I'm a big fan of them. I don't really like them very much. I don't like I don't like them, I guess. I don't like their classes. I don't like the way they teach. I don't like what they teach, you know. And it just sucks sometimes because my grandparents really want me to be involved with the FFA and do all this stuff. But I just don't enjoy doing that. Like, they want me to go with the officers to national convention or some shit. When that comes around, I ain't doing it. Same with Food for America. Um, my grandparents were like, "You're doing this. There's no ifs, and or buts." And I said no, and the teacher was okay with it, which I was actually happy about. Instead of being like, "Oh well, your grandparents said you're doing it, so you're gonna do it." But my grandparents, or at least one of them, was very unhappy. But I didn't really care because it's not something I wanted to do. And same with national conventions. When that comes around, yes, one of my grandparents is going to be like, you know, this is a once in a lifetime thing. You're not going to be able to experience this ever again. Who said I wanted to experience it in the first place? I enjoy staying in my state. I don't want to travel out of state, miss school, miss this, miss that. I like being home. I like being here. I don't like being out of state. I'm not a big fan of it. I like going to Minnesota for like a weekend or, you know, maybe a couple days in a week. But I don't like going out of state. I don't like travel very much. It's not enjoyable for me because I don't like going long distances. I don't I don't think I think one of the things is I don't like being that far away from my family and friends and the things I enjoy doing, like my video games and some of the places I like going to. And it just, and also, I'm a very picky eater. I'm gonna die if I go there. I'm not gonna, there's probably nothing gonna be there for me to eat because it's not like we can go to the store or grocery store and I can go buy myself a bunch of food that I like, and I'm not gonna travel, you know, pack bunch of stuff food wise with me and bring through. Like I don't even like I don't know. I don't even know if we would fly or drive or whatever, but I'd still have to pack all this stuff. And if I was flying, I gotta renew my passport. I haven't done that in forever because I don't fly. I haven't flown since I was like 6. And it's just like, but if we're driving, though, that's different. But still, I don't like going large distances. I don't do well with going large distances. I think it's in like Kentucky or something, the national conventions. So I guess we could theoretically drive, I suppose, but I don't want to be in a car for several hours, driving all the way down there, being there for so many days, driving all the way back, because it's just that I would enjoy that. I'd probably be like, I'd probably want to leave, and I can't just be like, Mom, come and get me, when I'm multiple states away from home, and it's like, ugh. I'm not gonna go and do it. I don't care if it pisses off my grandparents. They're gonna have to deal with that. I'm gonna do things my own way. Like, it just, that's how that's what I choose to do. And they've always wanted me to do my own thing. They've always wanted me to go do the things I want to do. Like, they allow me to do stuff on my own. They don't be like, oh, you're gonna, you're gonna, we're not gonna allow you to go out one night to go get food or some crap like that. They're like, oh, yeah, go right ahead. We're not gonna stop you. We believe that you should be able to go and enjoy yourself. And, it's your money, not ours, so just enjoy yourself. I mean, yes, they would pay for this FFA crap, but it's a waste of their money for something I'm not even going to enjoy. So why even waste the money on it? So, I don't know. I don't know if my grandparents will find out about this video or if a family member of mine watches this video and tells them, they can go right ahead. And if they talk to me about it, then I'm going to talk to them and tell them what I believe, how I feel, and like how I feel about certain things. It just, no matter what, in the end, I'm going to tell them about this stuff, about how I felt in the FFA, what I didn't and did like, what I liked about certain people, what I didn't like about certain people. Eventually, I was going to tell them. But not now. I'm still in high school and I still have to see these people daily. You know, like if I said I didn't like a teacher or something, and let's say one of my family members talked to them on a consistent basis, and I told my parent that or family member that, oh, I don't like this teacher very much, they could go and say that to the teacher, and then who knows, the teacher could just, you know, constantly bother me or, make my days worse or something where it would make my life a little harder than it already is. So that's why I haven't told my grandparents yet about how I feel about certain people, because it's like, well, it's fine if they know, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's when they tell people, when they tell those certain people that I don't want them to tell about what I think about certain people. It's like, I only got a year of high school left. I will deal with them for that last year, and I won't have to see any of them ever again, most likely. So, I mean, that's the way I look at it. So you just got to get through one more year. Just one more year. And I can handle it, because I've handled all these people for friggin', I don't know how many years at this point. Several Several. Let's just say several to make it simple. Several years I've had to deal with a bunch of these people. So it's like I can deal with them a little longer. So I guess that's just what I believe. Um, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I might go for maybe a little less time than the last video. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully you guys have been enjoying my recent content. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. I hope you comment. 'Cause that would make my day, you know. And one of my videos, the one where I didn't say the nicest things, um, it was a long time ago. I'm thinking of taking it down because, or at least unlisting it because it's very out of date. What happens in the video is it's kind of an video. Maybe I'll actually do that right now. I might actually unlist it here in a minute. Just gonna hook up to the planter, AI, do the work, so I can do. Whoa, shit. Okay, so I will start the AI. Or wait a minute. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I need to change the seed. Barley, oat, canola. Oh, man. I want to do. What do I want to do here? Bluegrass. Okay, let me unlist that video right now because it wasn't that good of a video. The person who I wanted to hear what I had to say has already seen the video, so no point in having it up anymore. I needed to be a bit better about it, so we are going to edit this, and it is going to be unlisted now. I'm not saying what video it is. I think it's this one at least. Yeah, it had to be that one. Yep. 'Cause it was... Okay. But it is now unlisted. If you guys want to watch that video, oh well, it's hidden now, basically. What is this AI doing? Right down the middle? Alright, let's see here. God, these two, this field here and this field here look so nice as one, like as big whole fields instead of little dinky fields. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, oh, go here. I'll get out of this tractor. I'll leave that sit there and I'll roll the field afterwards. It is time to mow. But I'm going to, I think I'm going to buy another tractor, or I'm going to actually use that equipment that I just recently bought. I bought a skid loader, a truck with a trailer, a small tractor, and a lawnmower, but the lawnmower doesn't really matter. But I'm going to use that tractor and buy myself a bigger rake, use the skid loader to load the bales onto the truck instead of using my bale tractor. So it might not be as, it might actually be a bit more efficient, I guess, instead of using, well, I should use the John Deere. And I don't think that little tractor that I bought has that much more horsepower. Oh, there's some weird trees here. Probably should have mowed going the other way, but oh well. This will work. I do love this 1206, I think, if I'm right. Yeah, 1206. It's not like our 1256 well, I shouldn't say, well, yeah, I guess we, or I have in real life, in a way. Real life, we have 1256 on our farm. It's a great tractor. I love that thing. You know, not as much as my grandpa, of course, but that's because it's not my tractor and it's his. But oh my God, that thing is an awesome tractor. I love using it. It's a lot better than our 1586, which is a piece of crap. I mean, it can be a good tractor here and there, but overall, it's a pretty crappy tractor. Like, use-wise. And we've had so many problems and put so much money into it. I like the tractor. I'm glad we have it, but there's better. I mean, it's not a John Deere, so it's obviously better than that. But, and then we got a Kubota M125X. God, that thing is awesome. I love that. That thing is really nice to have. It's actually I think it's got the most horsepower out of all of our tractors on the farm. And it's got four-wheel drive. It's got a bucket. It's got the shit, man. It's like, fuck, you know. Like, it's a nice tractor compared to a lot of shit we have on our farm. Oh, I'm really doing a shitty job in cutting this. In real life, I wouldn't use this type of blade mower because this, from what my grandpa said to me, well, he didn't say it to me, but he was talking to somebody about it, about how we might have to get a new, for people who don't know farming, I'm just going to call it a mower, but we're going to have to get a new one, like not lawn mower, but like a grass mower, basically. That's the simplest way for people who don't know what it is when it comes to farming. And also, I can't think of the name at this very second. But this mower thing, it's a very big pain if, like, one of the, let me just back this up a little bit. If these broke, it's a pain to fix because you gotta take it all apart, take it out, and, like, you know, replace them, and it's just big pain. And, you know, this bar mower is just, I mean, it's small and compact, but it's just not that great. What the, why is that? Okay, that's really weird. I didn't notice that before. The PTO isn't even hooked up. And that's another thing. Newer tractors, they only have one PTO shaft, so you have to switch out the PTO. If you need to use a lower PTO, you gotta take off the high-powered PTO, put in the low-powered one, and vice versa and whatnot. And it's like, it's kind of strange that they did it, but I guess it makes more sense because then it's cheaper to build, technically, because then you're not having to put two PTOs that have to be connected on one thing, basically. And it just probably was more, they saved money from just putting one that you could switch out, which is our problem with our Kubota tractor, and that only has one PTO, and we don't have the higher PTO shaft. We have the lower 520, I think, and we don't have the, I don't know what the other one was, but it sucks because that means we can't run some of our stuff, because, like, our baler, disc bind, that's the word for it, disc bind. That's what we have instead of a bar mower. But our disc bind, our baler, our bale grinder, what else? I can't think of what else at this very moment, but they use the higher PTO, which means we can't use the Kubota tractor on that stuff, which sucks because, well, for the baler, that's always on our 12, and for the brain damage, for the disc bind, Grandpa would prefer using the 12, but he'd be fine with using the Kubota as well. They're both good tractors, and he's the one who, like, really likes the Kubota tractor and is thinking about completely switching over to them, basically. But that's beside the point. It would be, but, and then the bale grinder is the only one that would be kind of nice just in case, because right now, as I know, at this moment, our 12 is still being fixed at this current moment of me recording this video. And that means we can't grind hay. I mean, we technically could with our 15, but that one has a lot of problems. We have to roll start it, and we would have to put a bunch of hydraulic oil in there because it leaks like crazy. But and the only way you can run the hydraulics is at full throttle, but that's the only way you can run the bale grinder. Anyway, so that wouldn't be that big of a problem, but I don't know if that's really something my grandpa wants to use the grind hay, because it's 15 would be a half decent tractor if it was built better, if it didn't have so many problems. I mean, it was my dad's tractor and he bought it, which I'm glad my dad bought it, because we can't farm with just one tractor. We need to have two, because if you ever have any problems with one, you, like, even if like you have a small operation like what I have, having a backup tractor, or at least a large one. Small ones, you can always use a big tractor for, like, it's better to have like a bigger tractor than to have too small of a tractor and be limited by that. But but the 15 was nice to have when it worked, because I could use it while my grandpa would use the 12. I mean, we could technically do that with our Kubota tractor now, but the 15 was good when it was good. I mean, it was a not very good bucket tractor, because the controls were annoying, and hooking it up and unhooking it was a pain. And it has duals that we don't have attached right now, but it's got duals, which I've never seen on the tractor, but I'm assuming are a pain to get on and off. Like, overall, there's a lot of crap about it, but for a secondary tractor, it could be worse, you know. Could have been a John Deere, but, you know, it's 1586. And I like the look of the 1586. I can't lie about that. I like how it looks. I like the design. I like a lot about it, but it just, for when it comes to use-wise and tractor-wise, it's like, you know, not something I want to jump for joy for, but, you know, if that's like the option, well, I guess that's okay, I guess, you know. Not something I'm going to be pleased about, but if it's what there is, well, I guess that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to complain about having an extra tractor, unless it's like terrible. I mean, I probably would have rather had a Deuce Far, Kubota, obviously. I mean, our Kubota tractor literally replaced our 15, because our Kubota tractor has a bucket. The only thing the Kubota tractor doesn't have that the 15 does is the dual PTO. I think the 15 has a dual PTO. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it does. It does. It's so hard to remember certain things, but yeah, that's like the one thing the 15 has over the Kubota. But overall, the Kubota is a better tractor. And yeah. But I'm glad we had the 15. Can't complain. Well, I mean, I can, but there's no point complaining about something terrible. You just are like the rest of the crowd, I guess, you know. But, you know, when it did work half decent, it wasn't that bad of a tractor. It was the first tractor I ever drove on the road. And the first thing I ever drove on the road, to be frank. So, that it was, and I remember when I was a little kid, I used to, when my grandpa would be using the 15, and I rode it along with him when we'd be up in the fields or whatever. But I remember sleeping in that tractor. I mean, it wasn't the most comfortable way of sleeping, especially when I was pretty small when I was a kid. Because now when I've looked at it, it's like, damn, how did I ever do that? You know, it's such a tiny space. But you know, I grew up with the 15. I mean, the 400 I grew up with even more, but that's my tractor that we got to fix up one of these days. But the 15 was my first big tractor that I learned a lot about. I mean, I think I might have learned how to drive the 12 first. Maybe. Yeah, the 12 I think I learned first because of it working half decent compared to the 15 that, you know, you never know when you can't get in the fucking gear or whatever. But I mean, the 400 was technically the first tractor I ever learned how to drive, but 15 I learned a lot from, and I learned that wasp love living in the damn bucket of the tractor. So that's one thing I learned. Not something that I'm glad that I learned, but it's something I learned. So, you know, I'm glad my dad found that tractor for us. Got it or whatever. I don't know the exact story of how my dad got it or why he got it. But, you know, it's one of the tractors I grew up with. And I think that's what matters to me. It's a tractor I grew up with, I learned how to use. So, I fold this up and I guess I'll run it back to the farm. Well, I will probably start the raking, but probably during the raking, that's probably when I'll end the video. I remember talking to my dad not that long ago. I mean, I did see him Sunday, but a different day. We were talking about how he watched my last Farming Simulator video. Not my most recent one, but the one before that. We were talking. He's like, "Yeah, that little John Deere tractor really doesn't fit fit that rake." And I was like, "Yeah, but it can run it. That's what counts." Cause let's see here. I'll do it here in a second. I'll pull this out first. Just got. This is like, I like some of the old John Deeres. I'm not the biggest John Deere guy, but if I lift it up, wheelie! There's not enough front weight on this tractor. I wonder if I could find something that I could put on the front of it that could hold it down. It doesn't even have to. I don't know. That's not what I want. Because that would be kind of funny if I could find something that I could just like. Damn. Nothing I can really put on the front, can I? That sucks. Because you gotta have a 3-point. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Well, is there anything? Just. I don't know. I'm just kind of. Sorry if it looks kind of stupid, me just going in random categories and kind of scanning, I guess. Alright, I don't think there is. If there was, that would have been kind of cool. But, yeah, this tractor's a little small for this, but gets the job done. Get this on the road. Like, it looks fairly natural. Yeah, it looks a little big. I wish I had a mod. I should look. That's something I'll probably do after this video and get done playing Farm Sim, or if I just want to look. I might see if there are any good rake mods, because this is just not really good. But here I go, raking away in the dark. And then I gotta bail all this and then pick it all up. Actually, I'm gonna stop that there, turn off the lights, turn off the tractor. And where is it? Nope, I don't want to be in that. Nope. Nope. Here we are. So this is this thing. I got my skid loader, my Massey Ferguson skid loader, this little tractor, which I might actually, maybe I'll rake with this tractor. And I got my lawnmower. So I'm gonna take my International that I got purple undercarriage lights. This thing I think is pretty cool. I'm just gonna leave the lawnmower on the front, but the other two things I'm gonna take off. But hey, I gotta use this eventually, so why not use it for hauling the hay? Brake. This thing is fast. I haven't really gotten to drive it very much, so it's kind of new. So I'm gonna pull this here. Drop that. Turn off the lights. But yeah, that's the truck. So I'll leave that on there. So take that off. That one, and that one. Got my skid steer. Whoa. Yeah, this thing is heavy duty. I even got weights in the back. But yeah, this thing is kind of cool. I could have put a top on it, but I didn't want to. I think I should be able to use that tractor on this. I mean, they're literally like the same size. This is a little taller, but I'm just going to pull this over. I'm going to put this tractor back on that rig after I'm done doing the field, because this trailer here with the truck, this is going to go to my next location where I'm going to have a farm. And this is an official mod, apparently, if I remember looking right. It's interesting. It's an interesting little tractor. So now, is the front up too high? Oh, I actually had it lifted up. So this thing can actually lift it. That's a surprise. So this thing's got a little bit more weight. I mean, makes sense. More stuff in the front, so. You can't turn, you can turn the exact same amount too. So that's the only problem with these smaller tractors and this rake. Can't do sharp turns with it. Alright. Oh, this thing goes pretty fast. Damn. I didn't think this thing could. I mean, this thing does have more power, so I guess it makes sense. So, I should make a day. This is probably not enjoyable to watch when I'm doing this at night in the dark. Let me just. There we go. I have 3 trucks in. So we'll sleep. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this video. I know it isn't perfect. I might actually call it here in a minute, because I'd prefer to not have it as long. Oop, there we go. I'd prefer not to have it as long as my last video, my last farming simulator video, because that one kind of was a little long. Turn off the lights on this. I'm assuming people don't really want to watch me try to turn this thing around. I guess. I don't know. I feel like this part's gonna be boring. But thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoy, you know, all I've been doing on this channel and like the future of this channel. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.